Welcome to Squirrel, the podcast for distracted writers, hosted by Candice J. Thomas and Jodi L. Milner.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to Squirrel, everybody. We are kind of giddy about a little bit about the Halloween episode. This is going to be the Halloween episode, and so
does everyone have their costume picked out?
Nope.
Are you enjoying pumpkin season? Do you have any of your spice cider? Nothing. No.
Yes, possibly. My fridge might or might not have pumpkin rolls in it.
We'll see. There you go.
I like pumpkin.
You like pumpkin rolls during your Halloween season?
I do.
Very good.
So I think Halloween is especially a favorite time for writers because imagination and creativity is king during Halloween, and allowing yourselves to step into other identities and try different things, and also indulge in frumpy sweaters and sweats and hot drinks. It is perfect.
And mellow cream pumpkins. That's my favorite
Absolutely.
part of this season. I'm sure that's not a surprise. And just the macabre of it.
Yes.
The deep, I don't know, Tim Burton-esque type season.
Like the whole world is just, I would not say the whole world, but there are pockets of communities that really just take Halloween and they turn it into this whole nother world for I love people that go all out and they're decorating and just
I appreciate those people,
crazy.
except that when they have the scare stuff. Like, I have a neighbor who really goes all out and really terrifies you. As you walk in, you have to walk up to the...
Ooh, do they have one of those jumping things?
Yes.
I hate the jumping things.
It's a rattle and a shake and the lights flicker, but you have to and all the kids scream, and we can hear the screaming from across the street.
Well, and my brother-in-law has had a jumping, it's 2 feet wide, and it's this giant spider, and it's on a hydraulic piston. And if you step on the doormat, it literally jumps at you. And I hate that thing. I hate it so bad. So when it stopped working, I was kind of happy.
That's awesome. I do have a skeleton. His name's Patrick. And we put him out, and we dress him in clothes. Often he'll change positions. Currently he is reading a book. and then we have all these, I had a neighbor who passed away recently, but she always had these little animals in her garden. And we took those when she passed, because we were allowed to. I didn't just steal these, I promise. But we put little hats on them. I always dress them up because it's so cute. I have this frog that has a rainbow hat. It's a rainbow cowboy hat. It's so great.
And I have a neighbor down the street who has an entire dragon skeleton.
Really?
And I want it so bad. And this thing's 8 feet long and 4 feet tall. It is a serious piece of
that is fantastic.
yard art.
That is so cool. People can be cool.
Absolutely.
They can be. Did we get off topic here?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. I would love to know. We kind of touched on it, but favorite parts of Halloween. Go.
I just love the creativity. I do love, I don't know, the spirit of it. I like that that people have, I don't know, a kid-like look at it. The people that get really into Halloween, as you were mentioning, they kind of transform back into their childhood.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to express themselves in this kind of childish state. I don't know. I love the costumes. I love pretending. I love dressing up, and I love pretending to be something else. So yeah, and mellow cream pumpkins. So yeah. There you go.
Well, and for me, I think, I adore fall. Of all my seasons, fall is my favorite.
Yeah, fall is my favorite, too.
Because I don't like the heat of summer. And so when we have that hint of coolness in the air and that breeze coming in and the smell of the leaves and the pumpkins,
No.
Like
we get all 4 seasons here, which is lovely. I love, like, I've been to other places that I was like, oh, how fun. You guys are pretending to have fall or pretending to have Christmas.
people that staple fake snow on their roof.
I'm like, oh, but you have palm trees. So why are you even celebrating this? You know, you don't get the changing of the leaves. That is so, like, our mountains are just speckled.
And this year is going to be incredible.
It's
for fall colors.
It's just
and
awesome.
I'm just itching to go and climb, take a drive up the canyons.
Yeah.
So I love fall and just having pumpkin season and Halloween and all of that on top of it, where it's kind of a joyous celebration where there's just a little bit of mischief and there's, like you said, that childlike innocence and that whimsy, and I really do like that.
Yeah. Did you like Halloween growing up? Did you like to dress up and do all that
Oh
stuff?
yeah. As a kid, like I don't think I ever went like whole hog. Like my costumes tended to be fairly simple. I think I was a caveman one year. Because the costume was really easy to make. I was in a sewing class, and so it was like you make your own
just became
costumes.
like Wilma Flintstone type thing.
Yeah. And I ratted my hair out, so it was like way out there. I was probably closer to Sideshow Bob than anything. But yeah. How about you?
What?
Oh shoot, where did we go? So you talked about
I think we fell off script.
did we fall asleep? Maybe. It's all good. We'll come back to costuming, because I think that's part of another discussion.
Okay. Yes.
But I think I would love to know personally, because I would imagine you as someone that would go all out for Halloween, and like you talked about your skeletons.
It's a quiet all out. I mean, if you go into my house, you'll find all the decorations. So, I mean, it's very orange and very, spicy, I guess. I have these little Halloween houses, that I put on my piano that kind of display, and they all are kind of animatronic and they can move around, and there's zombies and ghosts. These ghosts like on a
Ferris wheel?
It's like a slide. Yeah, they keep on it just moves.
It's not like the penguin thing, is it? That has them marching up the stairs and they go down the slide.
No, I mean it's a wheel that you don't actually see, but the ghosts go like they'll fall down this little slide thing. I do have one that has a train, this little train that kind of goes around and around, and it's like, I don't know, got more ghosts.
Oh, that's cute.
Zombies. Yes, and bats and witches. Oh yeah, the witch like flies around the moon. Yeah, I mean that's my kind of thing. I like to do it more intimately. I am not good on a ladder, so I'm not going to decorate my house like crazy. but I do like to do the stuff inside. I do like to decorate. Not like crazy. I don't put spider webs or anything. I just keep the spider webs that are there all year and pretend it's decoration.
Sure, don't we all?
So yeah. What about you?
I'm inherently lazy. Like decorating is breaking my inertia. But I think all of my Halloween stuff fits in maybe 3 Rubbermaid totes. So not a ton.
Okay.
But we have a giant spider that we've named Chilob, because of course. And it's, 3 feet wide, and we usually put it on our staircase and every year. And so every year we get him out. We have a crow that I believe we named Quoth at one point, but it could be Livingston. But yeah, it's most of it's kind of whimsy. A lot of it's just like stuff I've collected or have been kind of randomly given to me. That's like, okay, I guess I'm decorating with this now too. I don't like getting rid of things. So yeah,
I'm not really crafty. That's the truth. But I do like decorating.
So yeah, like I have a wreath. I have a wreath, and I'll put some pumpkins on my doorstep. But it's pretty subdued.
I think the thing on my I have a wreath too, and then I have a sign that says "Beware," because honestly, you should have a warning.
Sure,
I should have that
just
up.
Leave it up
all year.
Okay. Halloween movies. Do you have favorites?
I just watched What We Do in the Shadows. Oh, I love that show. And I do also appreciate the FX series that they have. Also, that is really great. It's a great series. The movie is my favorite, though. It's one of the first things that Taika Waititi did, and I love that one. And I love Over the Garden Wall. We'll just watch the whole thing of that. Those episodes are only 10 minutes long, so you're dedicating like 2.5 hours to watching the entire series. But I love. Have you seen Over the Garden Wall?
Why do you keep watching things I don't like?
Why don't you watch these things that I should just share with you? Because
binge as often.
I don't binge. I hardly watch anything. But like this, yeah, those are classic. And Army of Darkness.
Okay,
I love.
Yes, I've seen Army of Darkness.
Like Bruce Campbell's a little bit of a crush there. So my husband looks like Bruce Campbell, you know. And it's so funny when we met him at his book signing, he sees my husband and he goes, "You're a handsome man." And I'm like, because you look just like Bruce Campbell.
Funny. Oh, wow.
I'll never forget that. So what about you?
Okay, so I think my all-time favorite horror movie, and I don't have many because I really don't like horror movies, but I love Cabin in the Woods because it's turning the idea of a horror movie on its head. And I can appreciate all the nods to the history of horror movies that are in there, all while they're making fun of it. So it's perfect. It's perfect for me because it steps, yes, there are gory moments in there, but it's stepping away from, like, the point of it is actually not to celebrate the gory moments. It's to celebrate all of these different, like, our horror movie culture. So I love Cabin in the Woods.
Very cool.
But for a lot of other ones, like there's the classics, like I adore Hocus Pocus because it's adorable.
We could dress up as those two witches.
We could.
Yeah, you could be.
I would be a really good Winifred.
And I would be a good Sarah Jessica Parker's character that I don't remember her name. But I would make that one.
That would be so funny.
Right?
Absolutely. Speaking of costumes, that's actually a perfect segue because let's go back to, like, character creation. Like, Halloween is such a celebration where you can step into these different characters. And as kids, I think it's like, I have 2 days and these materials. What Halloween costume can I make? I'm curious what you end up making. I talked about my caveman.
As a kid? Are you talking about when as a kid?
Well, a couple from a kid, but I think the adult ones are far more fun.
Okay, yeah. So as a kid, I never wanted to dress anything normal. Like, if I was I remember being Cinderella, but I wasn't Cinderella. I was the kitchen wench that dressed up like rags, and I would say, yes, I'm Cinderella. And I had my mother made me this patchwork, like, skirt and apron thing. That's my Cinderella costume because I was never going to be a princess, for sure. And I remember being a potato chip bag. Yeah.
Really?
I know, right?
Okay.
Why? I don't know, because it sounded like something stupid and unusual, and I wanted to try it. And actually, I had my mother's help with this again, and we did something incredible. It's one of my very favorite costumes that I ever did. We took a sheet and poster paints, and we made it look like Clover Club, and it was, and here I am. It was just fantastic. Those are the ones I can think of when I was a kid. And Madonna
for several years.
When I was 9, I was Madonna, like a virgin. No, not the Vogue one.
Oh,
you're gesturing, but no, the
trying to figure out which Madonna has the.
No, it was the more Lucky Star, younger Madonna, because it was easy costume. So I could just tie my hair up and rat it up and put sunglasses on my face and red lipstick and a leathery jacket and roll up my pants. I was Madonna. There you go.
Perfect.
So yeah, I remember doing those ones. What about you as a kid? Then we'll talk about as adults.
Oh goodness. So I think I was a cat for several years. I was definitely that stupid caveman once. Like, I'm trying to look back on on the different ones, and they were all so kind of boring that it's like
I was never anything boring.
That I have a hard time remembering. So I don't think I ever did the gross costumes. I think I wanted to at one point, but yeah, I think I did like an 80s rocker, like generic 80s rocker at one point.
As a adult, I tend to go to something that is easy for me to cosplay. Say like Sarah Jessica Parker's
There you go.
character. That would be an easy cosplay for me. I would just have to put on like a witchy dress because I have the long blonde hair and I'm a little zany. So I could pull that one off really easily. But then I do like, I don't know, I did Bad Janet one year. I did from A Good Place. I did Molly Hooper from Sherlock. I did Honey Lemon from Big Hero 6.
You would be a perfect Honey Lemon.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
And like even just this past Fan X, I was Doc Ock from Into the Spider-Verse. I don't have like the big, poofy hair, but I tried my best. I do have like a lab coat that I just can randomly just grab out of my closet and throw together a costume. So yeah, you.
So, and what's funny is these are not ones we pulled together for Halloween. We just ended up using them for Halloween. But like my husband and I did a really good Flash Gordon cosplay where he was Emperor Ming and I was General Kala.
I've seen this picture. It's amazing. Can you put it on the blog, please?
I'm good. Yes.
It's so good.
So we spent a lot of time on that because we're like, we're going to enter the contest because we had no idea. Didn't really, like, we thought we could probably maybe do something. And then Salt Lake Comic Con has, and now it's FanX, like, the costumes there are beyond.
They start the day after preparing.
They really do. Or they spend
Or they
years and years to put their stuff together.
Yeah.
So that was probably our best one. Our most fun one was we did a full-size puppet of No Face that extends up to like 12 feet tall.
I think I remember that. I think that was the year I met you, actually, when you were No Face. I swear.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it
we
was.
knew each other before that, though.
I don't think so.
We met each other at LTE.
Oh, right. That year.
It might have been the same year, though.
Yeah, because you found me. That's right. Wow.
Yeah, so we made a no-face puppet that stretches really tall, and it's super skinny because we didn't want to bulk it out because that was harder. But we had fun with that.
That's a good one.
That was. But other than that, I think I did a Queen of Hearts one year. I did the whole lipstick thing.
Very good.
It's cute.
That's awesome.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
A witch is born when from her is torn something greater than her soul. Once upon a time there was a young girl who lived near an enchanted forest with her sister and father. One day, while her father was gone selling firewood to the neighboring villages, her sister fell ill. Out of desperation, the young girl ventured into the forest for help, and there she found a woman who gave her everything her soul desired. Ambrosine lives next to an enchanted wood, which is no big deal when you know how to spot a magic hoax nest and trap nasty little night fairies, and certainly no big deal when there is not even a witch in the woods. When her little sister Rosaline encounters a strange new creature, she falls asleep and a dangerous fever dream threatens her life. With their mother dead and their father gone, Ambrosine gambles with the deepest desires of her soul as she fights to save her sister. Start off the witchiest month of the year with the fascinating and spooky prequel to C.M. Adler's series, The Witches of Grimm. Free on BookFunnel.
Goodness. So I think the last thing we were going to talk about today was, would you ever consider dressing up as any of the characters from your own books?
You answer this first.
Do I? Oh, goodness. I don't think I could. I don't think I could because it feels like the worst form of look at me. And I don't feel like it's weird being like, I made this character and now I'm going to try to be this character. and no one's going to know who this character is. And so they're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm a character from my book. It feels a little too self-serving. And for me, that's like, that's a really weirdly uncomfortable space. Then I have no idea what my characters actually look like.
You don't?
I have impressions of ideas, but I've never like pinned down where it's like, it looks exactly like this character and this actor with this clothes. Like I've never managed to fix it in my mind, like exactly what they look like, because I wanted the reader to fill in those blanks and have them create this concrete image for them.
Gotcha. I kind of am with you. I don't think I could dress up as my character or any of my characters. I do, however, like to. I like to dress as literary characters often. I remember dressing up as Delilah Bard, who is V.E. Schwab's character from Darker Shade of Magic. And that one, like, I took a picture and I put it on Twitter and I tagged her and she liked it. And I guess she would find like one picture a day that she would like send out, and that was the one that she liked. And I tagged her and dressed like Delilah because she was at Comic-Con. So I went and met her dressed as Delilah Bard, and she was so super impressed that and we had a great conversation. So when she came back into town like a few years later, she remembered me because I made such an impression on her. And that is my ultimate goal, is to have somebody dress up as my character and find me and fan over my character. And that would be so impressive. I would love that. So that's the goal.
I know, right? Yeah. I keep on thinking, what would they do if they wanted to dress up as one of my characters? Because, like I said, I didn't give a lot of defining traits because I did want the reader to fill in those gaps. So part of me is like, oh, do it. But the other part of me is like, I made it hard.
Yeah. I think that just in character creation, you have to give a little leniency to the reader's imagination, but direct them in a specific way. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, interesting. That was off topic. Okay. Must-dos during, let's venture off of costumes. And I want to know your must-dos for Halloween. What do you always try to do during the season? Like, do you do corn mazes?
In the past, yes. We would try to do at least one corn maze. None of us like spook alleys very much in my family, so we try to do the corn mazes during the day. So yeah, we really like doing corn mazes, and we have to go pick our pumpkins from a pumpkin patch. In past years, I've been able to talk people out of carving pumpkins because I secretly don't particularly enjoy carving pumpkins.
Well, because they're gross and slimy, and you have to put your get out the pumpkin innards.
That's a big part of it. Yeah. It's an ordeal. Like, I don't mind doing one for me, but when I'm trying to orchestrate 3 small people with knives and large gourds and having them eke out about touching the slime, so I end up doing all of the work, and then everyone ends up mad.
I can see why you don't like it. I think that's the fun part of it, is scooping out all of that gunk, and I love it. I know my sister probably is on the same line as you, where she doesn't like to do that, and she gets the foam ones and does the little things. I like to make my pumpkin face, I do all the things, but I don't like to follow a pattern. I like to create its own personality that kind of speaks to me. Am I going crazy here? Because I think that pumpkins speak and they have a face, and you have to see it and it has to come out. So when you do the little patterns, I don't like that. I don't follow a kit. I just shove a knife in there and start going, just scooping out that face. Rawr. Yeah, that's
I like looking for inspiration photos. I need to find something that speaks to me, something that looks kind of cool.
I might draw out. It's very simple, like the little eyes and stuff. I might draw it out before, but honestly, yeah, I just let it speak. As when I'm sawing its face.
Context is everything. By the way,
I like corn mazes. I think mazes in general are cool. You know, we talk about labyrinth. I just like the idea of being stuck in a maze. If it's day or night, I don't care. So,
and I don't want to be scared. I don't want to have people jumping out at me.
I don't like jump
So
stuff.
I will avoid those, and most of my family doesn't like them that much either. We'll go to Halloween, the Lagoon Halloween, Frightmares, but we won't go during that nighttime. We'll go and look at all the decorations during the day. And sometimes they'll have they'll have dancing troops doing cool stuff. So we'll do that.
We will. They have a witches' night out. We dress up as witches,
over Garden Village.
And we would go out. Like my mom and my kids will dress up and go there and have soup and cookies. And
there's too many people there at Witches' Night Out, and that's all.
I'll tell you right now, you don't have to do a witch's night out, but dressing up like a witch and going just to Garter Village, just to this place, that's kind of close, that dresses up all Halloweeny is fun, and no one's going to question you if you're wearing a witch's costume.
So last year,
they might just think that that's you and that's your personality, and you should just do that during the day when no one else was, it's not a thing. You should just do it.
You're going to laugh because last year I wore a zip up, they're those giant adult onesies.
Yes.
And I have one I think it's a red fox. So I wore my red fox hoodie, onesie there. I wasn't a witch at all because in the spirit of Halloween, you can do anything you want, right?
That is true. Yeah, you can totally do that.
So, but I did feel weird not being in a witch outfit once I got there.
Just stick a hat on your.
I'm just I'm owning this. I will own being a red panda.
Okay, so let's go back. Here we're writers. So in our final thoughts here, how can we incorporate writing into Halloween or Halloween into our creativity? What do you think?
Ooh, I think if you're doing a fantasy or if you're doing something you're creating your own world, creating these kind of cultural traditions within your world just brings spice. Wheel of Time famously has Beltane. There's all there's examples. But I think it's fun to imagine what your culture might do to celebrate the fall season.
That's a good idea. That is something I should consider. My final thoughts here is fall in itself is a perfect time to write. So you get out you get your little cup of coffee or spice cider, and you get out your laptop and you get out your blanket and you put it around your, and you write in those crisp mornings of fall around the colors, and take those moments to use your creativity and just start going. Oh my gosh, my words! It's inspiring to me. The fall in itself is inspiring to me. The whole atmosphere. So that's what I say is drink in the season and make the most of it.
Sounds terrific. This has been a delightful romp through Halloween everything.
I think you know too much about us now.
Maybe. Thank you so much for joining us. Our next episode is going to be talking about NaNoWriMo, the National November Writing Month.
Because right after Halloween, November starts, and here we go in this race of a month to start writing a book. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of it, what we've learned from the experiences, how to do it, what do you need to do, prepare for, and all the things.
Absolutely, because it is a bit grueling.
Yes.
if you're not prepared.
No, I love it though. I love it. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's been terrific. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to go check out our Patreon, because we do love support from our listeners. It helps us keep the lights on in this spooky season.
Yes, very good. Have a happy Halloween, everyone. Be safe.
Be safe.
Thank you for listening to the Squirrel Podcast for the Distracted Writer with Candice J. Thomas and Jodi L. Milner. This episode was recorded at the Farmhouse Recording Studio. Please like and subscribe to our podcast for updates and new episodes, and find more information at our website, squirrelpodcast.com. Stay distracted, everyone. Right.
And we're in.
Oh,
episode 16, Halloween episode, although we're probably going to discuss the other one for a second.
Well,
Or not.
I am discussing it. What are you talking about?